The planning of the Lagos Igbo Hangout was very, I repeat, was very, very tedious. It was a madhouse. I lost my mind for a second. I actually did lost my mind. From putting together the planning committee to actually taking actions. And there's a difference between a talker and a doer. I like to refer myself as a doer. I'm not much of a talking person. I'm more of an executioner. So I believe the first step in planning a very big event was getting an events manager, getting a prototype of what we wanted to replicate. But now we had loads and loads of issues that had to do with uncertainties. We were uncertain because of the threats we were getting online, the low finance we were getting, and just everything was militating against the success of this event. So, but then me and the committee, we drafted out a plan, we drafted out our budget, and we started working towards it. We settled on the venue for a field because we wanted a very, very spacious place that people can be free to roam, and the vendors can comfortably advertise their wares and everything they did. So that was how we settled for that venue of FHA in First Stack. Most of the challenges I faced was in sourcing for funding. I have quite a very good reputation online. I have few of my mutuals. So I started by speaking with top Igbo accounts, telling them about my plans and what I aim to achieve. Because my vision for this thing was Igbo unity. I wanted Igbos in Lagos to be unified under one umbrella, to have one voice, and then in the spirit of Onyaha na Nwanneya. So when I started reaching out to people, there's this my mutual Demagogy. I think he's in the UK or he's outside of Nigeria. He warmly accepted that my idea. He thanked me for even coming up with the idea, and he promised me that if we actually do this, he was going to support us with a sum of 100,000 naira. And then I started speaking with more people. I spoke with Afam, popularly known as Ajibusu. Oh, Afam is a good man. Afam is a very, very good man. Afam was the first person that he called me. Afam is in the US. He called me, he collected my number. He called me and we spoke for over 10 minutes. He advised me. And I think this was one of the things that actually helped me. I had access to senior men who were very, very much interested, not in my success, but in the success of that event. I had Afam. Afam called me, he advised me, he talked to me. I used to be more of an Twitter agenda person. He told me that, Mpa, now you can no longer be an agenda person. You have a bigger call. As in, Afam played the role of like a senior brother to me. He really advised me. He really helped me at that initial stage of the planning and everything. And there's this my mutual Ogechuku Only Life, and then there's this other guy Agu of Apapa. Agu of Apapa was very, very instrumental in my life. I mean, there were times when Agu of Apapa would send me 15 minutes voice notes. This was where he was just advising me. And you know what it means for a very, very busy person like that to out of their busy schedule, and they are giving you time. They're giving you time. They are telling you what to do. They are setting you on the right path. And planning wasn't easy. And then I started offline consultations. Since we were hosting an Igbo event, it was pertinent. I had to go around all Igbo communities in Lagos and let them know about what we wanted to do. So I started by going to markets. There's this my friend. He's also part of our planning committee. His name is Chris. Chris is in Web3. He hosts Igbo spaces on crypto and Web3. So and Chris has a shop at the popular trade fair market. Me and Chris started our market tours. We started going around major markets in Lagos. We went to trade fair market. We went to Aspamda. We went to Balogun. We went to Computer Village, and we were interacting with top market heads. Went to Alaba. We were interacting with top market heads, pitching the idea to them, telling them that see what we want to do, see what we see our aim, see what we want to achieve. Because like I said earlier, my passion is Igbo unity. I've been one of the on my Twitter. I've been a great promoter of the Igbo agenda, of the Igbo unity agenda, which has actually sparked this Igbo renaissance, which is currently online now, with everybody being proud of being Igbotic and all that. So I think where we did most of the bulk work, where we faced more challenges, was going around There was a time when me and Chris we were going for a radio we were going for a radio interview with Now FM, and our boss had a very dastard accident on Third Milan Bridge. It was very traumatic. But me now, I'm not somebody that sees the negativity. Once my heart is sold out to something, I make sure I give it my best and I don't allow any form of negativity happen. On our way, our driver lost control and one of his wheel from his boss, I mean the one of his tires fell out and we were on a very high speed. We almost crashed into the Third Milan Bridge and it took a while before we could be able to stabilize, and Chris was badly shaking. I had a cut on my hand. I think I was bleeding. Yeah, very a little scratch on my hand. How he violently stepped on his brake. But then I didn't allow that deter me. I didn't even talk about it. I just made a video. I just kept. I was like, this event that I'm hosting, God will make sure that it comes to pass. So there were loads of attacks. It wasn't easy. My committee was God sent, but now inside every God sent, devil picking good day now. We had loads of misunderstanding that we corrected in love. We had loads of disagreeing. We There was a time I think one of our major disagreements was with our flyer. When we used some models, they were like, mpa, these people they will file us lawsuit to. They were just everything was for the betterment actually, yeah. So, but then it's the committee wasn't actually a bed of roses, but I thank God. And I think I'll mention Susan. Susan came into the picture and she started playing the role of an administrator in the committee. I think for the fact that I didn't know these people from anywhere and we just came together and just bonded over this purpose of unifying Igbos and hosting this Lagos Igbo hangout. I think I will always reverence the place of God. I will never take his place because from the planning of this event, from the tweets, from how everything materialized, it was clearly visible now. Akachuku Dinaiha, God's hand was involved. And so after we completed all our market stores, we now started church tours. I went to over 10 churches. I invited the Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria in Festac Deanery. I went round and then I now started another tours with invitation of traditional rulers, because you cannot be hosting an Igbo event without the presence of traditional rulers. So I started seeking for contacts to the Ohaneze Ndigbo, the Eze Ndigbo, and just Igbo bodies around Amuwo and Festac in particular. It took a while, but like I always say, God was heavily involved in the success of this event, because it was not by my power, it was not by my strategic it was not by my strategic meetings or the people I met, but it was God that made some. There were some times where things would have been hard for me, and God would just come in and make it actually easy. Like it took me a while before I could get an audience with the Ezendibo. It was like 2 weeks to the event before I could actually get an audience with the Ezendibo. And when I met him and pitched the idea to him, instead of all those bureaucracy of go today, come back tomorrow, he was receptive on the first day. In less than 2 hours after we've met, he has given me an official invitation to his palace and told me that we should come and see him, that yes, he likes what we're about to do and he will support us, which is rarely the case on most times. And I think with that, it gave me a confidence booster